What is going on, guys? Appreciate you joining up. We got troll haters out here today. Not the name I expected to see here on this beautiful Friday. But what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a good one out here. We got Lefty, Sean, Ross, My Views, Veery, CLPZ, Mando, Oscar, Christian, David, Unite, Fiva. Haha, Oscar knows the drill today. What's up, Lurker? That's a pretty cool name. Savage. Hey, it's Savage the Second. I like that. What's up, Demure? Man, I hope everyone's having a good morning this morning. I'm sure a lot of people aren't very happy with the way the market moved down today, especially if you were swinging stuff into today. I'm sure a lot of people were not too happy with that, but looking at the market now that it's opening, it actually did come back quite a bit. We're almost back to 541. Like, I guess right around the midpoint of yesterday, kind of around recent lows, but at least we're coming back a little bit here. Going straight over to the watch list this morning. Very first thing, Adobe is still up a ton from last night. Yeah, I was looking at the move yesterday. It was like 14%. It's opening right around there. We have AMC, ARM, Shop, Pfizer, all up in the green. ARM again just continues to kill it. Man, ARM must be taking the trend or something with how powerful it's been lately. Spotify's up in the green barely today. Nothing crazy. Got gold and Netflix hovering around there. Tessie coming up into the green, although they were already green. They're actually about to turn red. That kind of sucks for them. Looking at stuff to the downside, though, we actually have Penn Gaming down 2% today, starting to pull back slightly after exploding. Hims is even not getting a lot of good movement. The China stocks are down once again. Baba had a big gap down. JD, Baidu. I mean, the China stocks are getting crushed now. I don't know. China stocks are wild. Look at Baidu. It's making new lows of the year. Like, that's pretty wild to say. If Baba did that, I'd be pretty surprised. Have to get under 67. It's not too far off, but, Baba's still in the chop zone here. I'd say they came back down to normality after that big explosion. It was fun riding that wave up, though. Some of those big money plays on the China stocks were killing it, and it was awesome on the way up. Obviously, though, things do consolidate and come down. I know a lot of people are learning some lessons about taking profits. Some people just held the China stocks forever, right? They didn't ever want to take profits. JD falling back. Watch it go back intraday, Demir said. Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that the SPY does that today. I'd rather come up and test 544 rather than, I guess, make a new low. I'm sure most of you are like that, too. In Adobe calls for the earnings. Nice, Ross. Adobe. I can't type it. It's holding this 520 area pretty well. Pretty decent support there. Hey, what's up, Jeanette, CM, Jason? Jason's here today. Let's go. Better known as Alcohol Stylist. Hey, Jane is back. Let's go, Jane. I missed you, Jane. I missed you. I couldn't find a good GIF in the chat today for you, so I found the best one I could find about coming home, but let's go, Jane. Appreciate you coming back here. Hope you enjoyed your trips. The pictures look beautiful. I couldn't believe how different some of the houses and stuff over there look. Turn the music down just a little bit. It was the best trip ever. Hard to come home. It probably feels weird to be back. After being gone that long.
All right.
Last night I went golfing. There was a cool white Corvette. And I decided to park next to it. My buddy snapped a whole bunch of pictures that I was with. Met this guy at a golf course once, and he was taking pictures of my car, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm taking pictures of it. I was like, what? Then he's like, here, let me take some more. Let's go golfing sometime. I was like, all right, cool. And we, it was funny. He's taking all types of pictures, but see how they turn out. He'll probably send me a bill for like $800 and I'll be like, oh shit, never mind. PLTR is starting to bounce all over the place. Tried to run up initially at market open, sold off. Definitely not a good sign there. Gold is up this morning, holding fairly high. Not a lot of volatility yet, but it is holding. Let's see Netflix. Netflix is looking pretty strong today. It's actually getting right up the recent resistance too. It could end up breaking out above 664. Can maybe catch some momentum there on Netflix. Let's check Apple, Google, Meta. Apple's looking okay. Getting towards the top end of the zone from yesterday, I guess. Past couple days. Nothing too crazy though yet. Switch to Microsoft. Coming back. It did sell off initially, though. What about Goog? You know what they say, guys. Go Goog it. That's what they say if you're trying to find some info. For those of you that don't know, I said that because my my old economics teachers used to say that. I guess it was a professor, technically. Can you look at the correlation between IWM and TNA? Jane remembers. Is it the same as BTC and coin in terms of percentages? IWM and TNA. I'm curious. Let me put IWM on here. No, we should probably do it the other way. IWM, and then TNA. Okay. It's too correlated. There we go. All right, let's check. It's going to be pretty close again, I think. So, like, on this drop from this morning to the low, got down around 1.49% on IWM. So, in theory, I didn't look at TNA too carefully, but in theory on TNA, it would be, what, 3x that? It's like 3 or 4% here? Yeah, 4%. What about the move yesterday? On IWM, down like 2.27%. Oh, gosh. This one down 6, yeah. Perfect. Yep. And, of course, TNA is made to do that. You know, TNA is, it's a little bit different than, like, coin and Bitcoin. You know, like, this ETF, TNA, is actually set up in such a way that it's gonna follow the small cap, you know, or the, like, let's just say IWM at 3x on the bull side. You know, it's a bull it's a leverage 3x ETF, 3x leverage ETF, I guess is what you'd say. So it's made to do that more than coin is made to follow Bitcoin, you know. Like, there's actual substance behind that. Where like with coin, it's just, you know, it's just generally traded that way in the past because obviously Bitcoin going up helps Bitcoin. Demir says, oh, selling pressure incoming on Nvidia. I now realize that you didn't mean a stock. Yeah, selling pressure is coming in pretty good. I do like that it's staying under like 129, 130. I think that's a good sign for the morning if you're looking to play it down. The trend doesn't really line up too well here on this. Nah, not very well. This one's lining up good, though. Amazon support, Mando said. AMZN. Let's check it right around 182. Definitely not bad. Yeah, I do like 182 quite a bit there. It bounced pretty close to that this morning. I would count that as 182. Only 30 cents away. Let's check the book map on Amazon. Of course, if you guys want to see the book map on anything, just let me know. I'm gonna throw up the SM bot here in a moment. The SM bot. Amazon. Yeah, I do like 182. That's pretty good here. 184 overhead, too. Don't worry. I'm just waiting for the bot to get going a little bit. It just started. Trying to find a spot to golf. No courses have times. I must have missed the golf holiday news. Dang, Mason. Yeah, that kind of sucks that everything's filled up. I actually have a golf lesson tonight, which is funny. Something I haven't done in a long time. I played last night. It was pretty fun. That's where I found that white Corvette for everyone that has me on Snap. I played pretty good. I played with someone who wasn't very good, though, so I had to scramble with them because they asked me to. And I was actually playing, like, out of my mind good yesterday. It was kind of upsetting, actually. I probably would have almost shot even par on, like, a 9-hole go. I was actually had an eagle shot, and the greens were a little bit slow, and I left the damn thing short, man. I had an eagle shot and left the damn thing short. I was hitting the driver really good. Sean said, probably better for you to just practice. No, it was actually the first time me and the guy I was playing with ever played. But obviously the golf lesson guy is a... he's like a head pro at this nice course around here. Or teaching pro, or whatever you call it. CLPZ said golf is growing fast. I've heard so many people talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, CLPZ. It's been a big... I don't know. You know, COVID really blew it up. I started playing right before COVID, and I only got to witness, like, the good times in golf for, like, a couple months. And then literally COVID got it. Ruined it for me. DJT put on the SM bot, Unite's asking. Yeah, I do see that, but I'm not sure that I'm going to play it. DJT puts sitting around 38. I don't know. it looks okay, like on the daily, and there is momentum. So if you're, as long as you're having a good plan going in, I think it's pretty good. You're breaking under 40 and 39 right here. Not a bad setup. I just don't like playing DJT at all, really. The premiums are usually pretty nuts. Let me check the IV on the weekly chain on DJT. It's 251% and 152% for next week. Let me check Penn Gaming. Yeah, it's definitely more than Penn, like 60% more. Yeah, SM Bot's only calling out like 2 things right now, DJT and GME. That's all right. It's probably because there's no real movement going on in the market. SPY's starting to come back slightly. There's got to be some better movers. Here's Goog starting to come back. How about Apple and Microsoft? The Mag 7's starting to look a little bit better today. A lot better than they were at open. Microsoft's coming back pretty damn strong now, actually. Tesla's not, though, rejecting down like 186. Sean said, I see everyone from high school who gave me shit for playing golf, posting golf stuff on Facebook. Exactly. Exactly. I used to be the guy in high school that gave people shit for it. I was a dumbass. Now I look back and I'm like, damn, if I only played. Unite said Meta's moving a bit, META. Not bad, 506.20. Demir said choppy movement, but it's too early to see. Yeah, the good news is a lot of the tech stocks are coming back pretty strong now. SM Bot just spit out Netflix, and honestly, I think that's looking pretty good today. It's right at the recent high, 664. It could end up breaking that. That might be the all-time high. I can't remember. Let's see. Nope, not quite. I didn't think so on Netflix. DAL below 49. 48.95 right now. Definitely is. That's a shitty pullback for them. Wow. Yeah, breaking through support. Could potentially play that down. UAL. Not bad either. If Netflix could start to see a clear extension, which it's starting to, up above this, I think this is where the opportunity is today. On a couple of these tech stocks up still, because, man, they're roaring back to life again. Well, SM Bot calls out multiple. I would just go with stuff around the money. If you were to play it, like, I would just go with like 665. Maybe 670. 675 maybe. The bot called out 675, 680, and 700s. It is kind of scary, though. Netflix is at 666. That's a pretty wild... That's a pretty wild number there. Not every day you see a stock hit 666. Number one, just because it's weird, to have 3 6s in a row. Number two, not all stocks are $600 a share, that's for sure. Although, I don't know if you guys noticed this, over the past few years, there's definitely been a lot more than there used to be. Granted, they're all starting to split, though, so. Hey, Jane scalped the Netflix green today. Nice. Beautiful, Jane. Beautiful. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. 668 real quick. And I'm glad that you're scalping it and getting out pretty quick, Jane. I really like that. That's a great way to go on these. You don't want to hold too long. To grab a drink. I'm drinking on the mellow yellow this morning. Bit of a weird one. I've been kind of addicted to these. At the gas station by me, they have buy one, get one for $1. Or no, no, I'm being stupid. It's buy two for $1. Sorry, I was thinking of something else they have there for that. Brandon says, what does scalped mean? That scalping is... So, it essentially means a very quick in and out day trade. Like, for example, and it also something that doesn't have a lot of movement to it, right? So a scalp would be like, you see Netflix breaking out like this. Like, let's say, you notice it starting to break like 664. You jump in like right here to try to scalp it. You're going to be taking profits and getting out like right there on that first like jump. That's going to be a scalp. Some type of really quick play like that. That's a scalp. And, if you think about it, I'll draw like a person's head, like let's say like you scalped somebody, you take a little bit off the top, so to say, right? That's kind of what you're looking like here. You're not going for anything crazy. You're not, taking the whole head off or nothing. Just the top, That's why it's called that, but 2 for $1. Well, I don't want to lose money on this. I'll take 88 of them. Tell me about it, Sean. I can't believe it. I'm like mellow yellow. And then you see the Mountain Dew there, and I'm like, holy shit, the Mountain Dew's like $3 for one bottle. Damn. Damn. I just heard the secretary at my dad's work had a heart attack. Savage said, MU book map, please. Let's look at MU on the chart, then switch over. We got the 140 support. That's pretty good. Let me switch over to it, though. Yeah, she's pretty nice to me. That sucks. She had one in the past, and it sucks that, happened again. She, yeah. Just, that kind of sucks. But yeah, MU going nuts here. Bounced right around 140, which was decent support on the day, looking like 143, 145 as the resistance is coming up. Yeah, right as we're talking about eating Big Macs and drinking mellow yellows. That's why she's having these. All good, Jane. Appreciate you. See you later, SoFi, Oscar said. SOFI. Dang, SoFi 6.54 to the downside. Looking at the daily, definitely having a bad move. Watch 650 underneath here. $650 isn't too bad. 640, 650. Mason goes 2 for $5 Big Mac. Sign me up. Man, isn't that kind of what the pricing is now? Maybe not up in Chicago, though. I don't know about up there. They have that buy one, get one for $1 thingy, and I don't know how much that usually ends up costing. Of course, the one time I want to do it, my damn app won't load, right? Oh. They took the buy one, get one for $1 away on my app. Now they have a free medium fries with purchase of a Big Mac. What the hell? Or you can do 50% off a 10-piece chicken nugget. Now that's probably the new good deal. Damn, they took it away? They always do that sometimes. Black Sheep said, we never realize what we have until it's gone. Yeah. Look at SoFi on the daily. That is a pretty clear trend. It's starting to reject down below again. Yeah, Mason, they used to have that deal on my app. It was buy one, get one for $1. And I'm not kidding you. Like, you know, and it was just the sandwich. So you would just get the Big Mac, but you'd get 2 of them. And I swear to you, it was like $5.37 or something like that. Wow. The price differences are nuts sometimes. James said Nvidia's looking fire, NVDA. Yeah, SoFi might not be a bad cash secure put idea here, Savage. Low key. And Nvidia is still putting the market on its back. Wow. Came roaring back to life. As did a lot of the tech stocks. Microsoft's looking awesome, too. How about ARM? ARM's been one of the hottest ones lately, and it still looks great today. Mason said, I say that we short McDonald's. If you want to, you can. You know how the GameStop situation happens and everybody's buying the stock and making it go up? What if everybody, you know, in like Wall Street bets and stuff, what if they ended up shorting the stock to shit? That would be kind of funny. Now, obviously not with GameStop, but like, what if they did that with a random stock? Now, obviously it wouldn't be the same. You know, because the squeeze effect wouldn't really happen, but if anything, the hedge funds would try to get them squeezed out, you know, pump the stock up, right? While they're shorting it. But, I don't know. It'd be interesting to think about, though. What if they did it on, like, a random stock, like, or like Budweiser or something, you know? I don't know. Yeah, like Mason, like it goes down like 80% in a day or something. But then everyone gets short squeezed on it as they like buy it up. It'd be weird. It'd be really weird. Crazy situation to think about. SPX Big Red Candle, Jane said. My ticker's going off for SPY, said Demure. Dang, it is starting to reject back down a little bit here. 541.50 resistance. Go check on Netflix. It almost hit 670, but Coming back now pretty quickly. Still around 666. Gotta love that level. Check on QQQ again. Switching back to it. I know QQQ's kind of at a big resistance today. With the way that Netflix and Microsoft and Nvidia are moving. Wouldn't be surprised if QQQ made a new high again today. Would not be surprised at all. No problem, Savage. MU 200 calls, 719. Bang, bang, up 60%. Nice, Savage. So your name is Savage, too. Is this still like I am Serve? Is that who this is? Because I think it is. There's too many Savages out here. DJ said, didn't consumer sentiment? It did come out. Yep, 3 minutes ago. It left my mind in the moment, but it did come out. 65.60 is what it actually was. So it was actually under what they thought, which shows sentiment dropped quite a bit. So not a good sign. That's definitely why SPY is starting to drop down a lot more now when you go to the 1 minute candle. Over the past 2 minutes, it's fallen quite a bit, 2 to 4 minutes. My name will always be unique, Demir said. You know, I don't understand your name, Demir. Like, does it mean something? Not that I don't like it. I'm wondering. It's kind of a good one. Savage said, gotta keep them guessing. That's funny. Oscar said, I might be setting myself up for failure, but I've been slowly building to my SQQQ position. Yeah. I don't think it's terrible right here. Especially the way SPY looks today. Obviously, if we start to see SPY retest the all-time high, that's going to be pretty brutal, though, for SQQQ. And the reason being, SQQQ just, the way it moves in such high percentages. It sucks because then it also decays quicker. It doesn't, I mean, I don't know if I want to use the word decay. I guess you can. Just look over the years how this thing drops. You have to be very good at timing to catch the SQQQ. Like, you guys can tell, there's really good opportunities up at certain times here. But you got to be really good with timing. Really good. Or else you're going to get stuck in something like this. Let's get this fucking bread. Is that what they said, Mason? I didn't even hear it. I gotta hear that if that's the case. You know what I kind of want to pull up today is one of those rap songs that we listened to the other day about the stock market. Remember that? Which one was my favorite? Was it the one called Buy in the Dip? Yeah, that's the one. Buy in the Dip. I actually like that one quite a bit. That's the one I thought was good. Well, we might play that one later in the stream. I don't want everyone to get mad and leave me hanging now. Savage said, Tom, I'm torn on my SQ big money play. It hit 60% SL, but I'm standing on my thesis for crypto. Can you please sanity check me on the technicals? So you're looking at Square, but you said I'm standing by my thesis for crypto. What's your thesis for crypto with Square, I guess? Because the big thing it sounds like is you're looking for like crypto news out of Square. And my big thing is we don't know when that news will ever come. Let's see, this was entered on May 8th. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Damn, this sucks for this big money play, Savage. I hate to say it. And I said the same thing about yesterday's big money play. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. The thesis is that it will be used as a messaging mechanism during the elections. Crypto. Savage, that... I don't even know if I could call that like a thesis. You know, honestly. But thank you for the super chat. Good question, though. And I'm hopefully I can help you out here. Especially with just reading the big money plays and reading the tape a little bit better. Are you actually trading the 87.5 calls? Answer me that first before I go deeper. Are you actually trading the 8750 calls? There was a lot more to the thesis, but I can't type it out. I get you, Savage. I feel you. I know what you mean. That is kind of annoying trying to do that. But okay. So you are doing the 8750s. So whenever I'm looking at Square and I'm looking at when they entered this, which was May 8th, look at where Square's price was here. And I've noticed this on a couple of the big money plays lately, and I'm going to explain something to you guys. And I know that you guys know this already, but if you see a big money play and it is way out of the money like this, that's probably shorted. So on May 8th, like where they would have entered this play, I'm going to circle it in blue here. A lot of circles so you guys can obviously see it. Where they entered there, the 8750 strike is all the way up here. I mean, I actually drew that bad. It's way up here. So, that is a pretty big gap, right? Sometimes the big money plays, that could end up being a short. And I would say that that was actually covered calls that went on with Square. And I would even say the same thing about yesterday's big money play. If you ever notice that, where it's super far out of the money like that, take a lot of caution. That's probably some hedge fund selling those, or not. It might not even be a hedge fund, you know, some strategy team, whatever there is, right? Could be a hedge fund, but I noticed the same thing with yesterday's play, and I even said it wasn't my favorite. If you look at GLNG, they're doing the 32 strike calls for January 17th to 25, and they're doing it right at resistance, literally right at it. And they're going with the 32 strike, which is that would be a new all-time high, or at least a new recent high for GLNG. So I'm kind of in the camp that they're probably shorting these calls, or that it's a hedge. Well, I mean, I don't think it'd be a hedge, but for example, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be a hedge. I would think anything, it's just covered calls, or they're just, I wouldn't think that they're longing those, though, with how far out of the money that is, especially at resistance. I think that they're kind of looking for a breakdown, and if they do get the breakout, then they can sell at 32, which would be quite, that's a pretty good jump there. That would be, like, let's say that they're holding shares. That would be an extra 15% on the shares there. So definitely not bad. Even if they did have to get rid of the shares up there, they'd probably be happy. So yeah, I would say it's a covered call. And I think that that's the case with a couple of the big money plays. But now we go to like the PII strike, or the PII big money play. And this one's pretty close to the money still. So with this one, I would not think that it was a covered call. It was the 80 strike. It came out whenever the stock was at like 81 or 82. Savage says that explains the other BMP that have lost me money. For the most part, they make me money. Yeah, they're usually pretty good, Savage. I will say that. It's just obviously some are better than others. They're not all going to be perfect. And sometimes the big money loses. That happens sometimes. We might not really know what goes on in the end, in the background, GLNG, that could be a very weird play. Like it's a liquefied natural gas company. So like, let's say that some hedge fund is trading a bunch of natural gas companies, right? GLNG might just be like 5% of their overall plan. There might be 10 tickers that they're doing this with. There could be so many things in the background that we don't even know, or we would be like, well, why would they do that? And it's like, well, maybe they hold a lot of the SPY and they're not really caring about these other stocks, and so they're just, selling the covered calls on them. There could be anything going on, I know a lot of people usually get stuck on one ticker, but, realize they could be into like a ton of natural gas companies and doing all types of weird stuff. Scruffy said, I can't wait to cut the Intel big money play. It's so annoying. It's definitely slow right now, that's for sure. Definitely slow. The good news is it does keep holding at support, so that's a really good sign. What's GME doing today, Ross? Trying to move a little bit? Maybe? It tried it open, but... Go look at Apple puts. All over the bot right now. Damn, Apple. Rejected pretty hard right at 215. I've had that level on the chart all week. Savage said, that's pretty interesting. Would be a good play to buy puts when the BMP is way out of the money for scalping. It could be, Savage, but it just depends how you read the flow that time. If they have a lot of time to it, a scalp would kind of defeat the purpose of a big money play there then. But I feel what you mean. Yeah, GME definitely going down, Demir. It was doing okay at first. Definitely started selling off a cliff, though. Yeah, the red kind of started, like, right whenever the market started dropping, too. I'm surprised the consumer sentiment was so low. It's the preliminary data for June. We should get some more coming out later in June, actually. Let me go through here. Yeah, on June 28th, we'll get the final for June. Demir says, that a bad thing? It's definitely not good to see sentiment lower. Especially whenever they were expecting it to go up. It's definitely fairly negative. Let's read it. The University of Michigan consumer sentiment for the U.S. fell for a third straight month to 65.6 in June 2024, the lowest since November, from 69.1 in May, and well below forecast of 72. Preliminary estimates showed. Sorry, that was almost like a run-on sentence. But assessments of personal finances dipped due to modestly rising concerns over high prices as well as weakening incomes. Overall, consumers perceive few changes in the economy from May. The current conditions gauge decline to 62.5 from 69.6, and the expectation sub-index fell. You guys can see it right here, how that sentiment's been dropping. So it looks like people are getting kind of worried, even though the stock market's been at all-time highs, right? There goes QQQ right back up, though, shrugging off the news. Trying to shrug it off. Demir said Elemental's beefing up the discussion by saying it's going to be a bear day. God forbid somebody say something's going to go down, right? I don't know. Nvidia does look pretty hot, though. I'll say that. I'm looking at what they're trading here. And Nvidia came back very well today, like usual. Damn, look at that. New all-time highs achieved. 132 on Nvidia. That's pretty nuts. Keeps it going. Yeah, Elemental is, that's interesting. On a bear tear. How's the little guy Penn doing? Penn wasn't too hot earlier. Yeah, definitely bad today. It started selling off, I know it opened. Ended up a lot worse. Down to 1734. Gave back the gains from the past 2 days. You know what they say, stocks take the staircase up and the elevator down. Whenever you scroll back over the past couple weeks, it's still up in a pretty good way. And it's right around support, so that's a good sign. It's bagel time. Oh, man, Mason, you are getting me hungry now. You're making me want to go get one of those $8 McDonald's bagels with the bacon, egg, and cheese on it. Or one of the steak ones. You know, I'll be real with you. I didn't even really like the steak one when I got it. I didn't even know that they did that. And I was like, yes, the steak one. And I tried it and I was like, oh. I was like, ew, brother. I love those GIFs, or those, I don't even know what you call that, shorts or GIFs, whatever you want to say, where they're like, ew, brother. It gets me laughing. Brandon said the steak McGriddle is banging. Whoa, you can do a McGriddle with that? That sounds like a heart attack on a bun. Or technically a heart attack on a pancake, I guess. I couldn't believe that they even had the steak there. I was like, what? Like in the past, I never knew they used to have it. I told my girlfriend, I was like, all these years you've been getting me these bagels and you didn't tell me about the steak one? She's like, I thought you knew. I was like, no. Savage says Roblox book map. Whoa, it's been a long time since I've heard of that company. Roblox. Have you ever played Roblox, Savage? There's actually this really cool game since you're in the military. I know you're probably not into these things, but there was this one game, I forget. Oh, it's called Battle Bits. They did like a Roblox like Battlefield game. It was so fun when it first came out. No one plays it no more, though. Sean said, I want to do a full steak diet for like 2 weeks to see what happens. You know, I have lots of friends that do that, the carnivore diet. It's a pretty good one. I've done it before myself. Where I only had steak and ground beef and stuff. But it's hard to keep up with. And it does get pretty damn expensive, annoyingly expensive. Savage said, nah, bro, I don't like games. Like camping or hiking, no goes for me. Oh. I feel you there. I'm not a big camper or hiker myself, Savage. But obviously, you've probably done it so much, you're like, oh man, I'm done. I'm just a baby. I can't stand sleeping in a tent, man. Too many back issues. Hell, I'd be out of the military on medical leave if I was in there. I feel like everything's falling apart lately. Book map on NVIDIA, Mando said. Hell yeah, let's pull it up. You guys are loving NVIDIA. Demir said Adobe's selling off. Dan goes, they wouldn't let you off that day, Tom. No, they'd have to kick my ass out or something. Medically discharge me is what I meant to say. I don't know what that form's called anymore. I used to know the name of that form, but... Use vacation day to sleep outside on the tent, on the ground, Sean said. Dan goes, that's a rough walk out the door. Yeah, man. It sucks, man. I don't know what's up with me, man. My back, I swung a golf club a while ago and killed it, man. Killed it. Nothing's right anymore. Tore my rotator cuff in my shoulder. As well. That would be great. I probably would have torn it climbing a rope or something if I would have ever joined. Yeah, now imagine no tent, no blow-up mattress, 120 pounds on your back, walking around at night for miles. See, I don't mind the whole walking and all that stuff. I wouldn't want to... You know how you see like those videos and they're always in like they're like digging a hole in the ground to sleep in, and then they're like sleeping in like dirty water for like, you know, a day straight. That's the type of stuff where I might get like, oh man. It'd be a lot cooler though with the boys, you know? I'll be real with you guys. I always wanted to join. I was actually going to join, and my parents were very highly against it, like insanely against it. It was weird. I could have done it, and it was just... Even people I knew who were in it, they were like, don't join. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, it's not what you think. I'm like, okay. Good thing I didn't, or else we wouldn't be here today. But there's always that part of me that, you know, I'm always like, man, I wish I would have. Especially being so much into like firearms and everything. I know I could have done it, because I would have joined before all these injuries happened, so it would have been fine. But now, with my injuries, I'm only imagining trying to do some of that stuff, and I'm like, oh man. They would hate me. But I really do appreciate you guys who do serve, though. Hell yeah, Savage. Thanks both of you guys for your service. I have tons of buddies in the Marines. Another good one in the Air Force as well, so that's awesome, you guys. My one buddy in the Marines went to Syria. That was always that's always a fun conversation when we talk about it. My other buddy was in the Army. He actually was driving... I don't know what he was driving back and forth, but he was driving stuff from, like, some type of zone to the green zone. I don't know what he was doing, but whatever he was doing, he said that they had to go clear the road every day for IEDs and crap. I was like, oh shit, that sounds freaky. He said, don't worry, the trucks are armored on the bottom, so if they, even if he did catch something, he'd probably be alright. What does the heat map look like this morning, Jeanette said. This heat map, or do you mean the overall heat map? This one looks different today. than it usually looks. What happened? Oh, there we go. I had to zoom out one. Yeah, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Meta. Pretty red across the board besides tech again. I feel like that's been a common occurrence lately. It's like, you know, you got tech running and everything else kind of sucks. It's like, especially finances lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed that the bank stocks have been really flat and just a lot of negativity lately. It's not like they're necessarily selling off the face of the earth here, but they're pulling back pretty good, especially like JP Morgan. Savages work with Marsoc Marines. I'm not even too familiar with what that is. I've heard of that, but I don't know what that is at all. My one buddy that was in the Marines, the one that I told you went to Syria, after he went to Syria, he became... I know you guys have heard this a lot, probably. He actually became a Marine Scout sniper, which was kind of nuts. He always said that, like, when he was a kid, he's like, I'm gonna be a sniper, I'm gonna be a sniper, I'm gonna be a sniper. And I'm like, you know, everyone's always like, yeah, sure. You know, he literally did. It was pretty cool. The craziest thing was, as soon as he became a sniper, he was only in there for like another year and then got out. And I was like, interesting. Jeanette said, yikes, with some red. Yeah, and SPY just turned right back over. Oh my gosh. All right, yeah, a lot of negativity today in the market. You know, not too much bullishness so far. Watch 540. It's actually a pretty decent support, right where the SPY bounced. If that starts to give out, that could be pretty good. Mando said Nvidia again. NVDA. Nvidia is like the most popular. Wouldn't you guys say Nvidia is the most popular stock in the market? I'd say it is. Someone out there is going to say, no, Tom, it's GameStop. It might be. Savage said, yeah, man, those boys do Overwatch like no other, protecting us from the high ground. Yeah, it's pretty important. Obviously, we're not here to talk tactics all day, but it'd be cool to get nitty-gritty with that. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up fighting China and I'll have to go to war. Who knows, Savage? Maybe I'll get my time, you know? I'm just kidding. Hopefully they come over here and try to do some Red Dawn stuff. I'll give them some 300 blackout. Savage said it's GME. That's funny. MARSOC means Marine Special Operations Command. Ah, I see. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm not even sure if my buddy did that or not. I'm curious. Probably not. Savage says, it won't be mine. I've done mine already. That's good, Savage. Same thing with Dan. Jeanette said, only have NVIDIA calls at the moment. Good thing. Because Wealth Simple is glitching and my accounts have disappeared, waiting on tech support. Dang. Jeanette said, I need to move over to Webull or something. Yeah, Wealth Simple. I've never heard of that one, Jeanette. Boeing's selling off pretty bad today. Dan will be yelling, "Get off my lawn." I'm sure there'd be a lot of crazy stuff being yelled. Demure, we would use you for your wit. You'd come in handy for sure. See, whenever the Chinese soldiers land, Demure is gonna entice them with all of his plushies and all that, and then they're gonna come in, and Demure is gonna get them with Remington and Jaeger. He'll get him with Jaeger. That's so perfect. Wealth simple. Oh, that must be a Canadian thing, Jeanette. It must be. I didn't think of that. I know that there's a few different brokers up there. What do they call it in the Great North? Weeble isn't much better. Too many delays in pricing. TradeStation was the best move for me, Savage said. Nice, Savage. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, TradeStation's pretty badass. Sean will get him with the old golf clubs. Hit some 4-iron stingers at him, Sean. All right, SM bot. Let's go. We got Roblox puts coming in on the bot again. RBLX. Sitting around 35 now. Might start to sell off a bit more. It's looking pretty good. The bot's starting to heat up a bit, though. It is starting to heat up a bit. Delta Airlines to the downside. Puts on the bot. Looks pretty strong. LEN puts. Not looking good there either. Apple puts on the bot. Now that's a weird one to see. I'm just kidding. It's not, but considering how bullish the market's been, it's a little strange. U.S. golf forces. That's funny. Are you talking about because the U.S. Open? Oh, no. That would actually be so perfect, Dan. You could do like an old line battle with them. You could have them all. We could line up with the Chinese line by line, and we could hit 4-iron stingers at each other. I'll put you in charge of the line, Dan. You can give the firing orders. What would the uniform look like? I'll show you what it'll look like. Hang on. Alright, this will be our uniform for this. Get the good old Payne Stewart attire going out here. That guy looked wild. I wish I could have seen Payne Stewart. He was born in Springfield, Missouri, just a couple hours from my house. They have that beautiful course in Missouri that Tiger Woods did and how they remember him called Paynes Valley. Beautiful golf course. I still got to go play that one day. I'm jealous because my buddy's going to play it this year now. Remember how we talked about it on stream a couple weeks ago? 2 days later, my buddy texts me and he goes, hey, I got an opening at this tournament and they asked me to join and it's like $500, but I'll get to go play Payne Stewart's course for like 2 days. And I was like, no way. So he's going to go play it in a little singles tournament for people that are around like I think it's like a 7 through 12 handicap or something. Miami Dolphins. That's savage. If there's plaid, I'm out, Dan said. No, I'm just kidding. The uniform would be wearing all Michael Jordan attire. Yeah, it's pretty good, Mason. It's pretty good. It might be a one-day thing. I can't totally remember. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-day tournament, though. It's pretty sick sounding, though. I wish I could do it. I could have, but I'm not really playing any tournaments there this year. I got too much going on with my daughter and stuff, and I can't really do any of those single tournaments this year, unfortunately. I really did like them, though, when I was doing it. I might try to hop into a couple here. Maybe in, like, July and August, but I don't know. It's always a pain, because they have tournaments on Mondays, and then I can't go on Mondays. And I'm golfing tomorrow. First time in 8 years. Gotta break out the old Cobra S4s. Ooh. Cobra S4. Speaking of Cobra, I was gonna say something funny, but I don't think I can say it. Actually. QQQ support looking 476.50 today. Pretty good bounce right here. Very choppy within this range. You might be able to do a range trade today. Maybe try to catch it back up towards the top of the range, or, you know, try to snipe it down off the top, maybe. Dan has 5 golf tournaments on the calendar and he doesn't own a club. What? The hell do you do, Dan? Shoot it out of a cannon? Let's check on X or US Steel. They had that deal with Nippon Steel, a Japanese steel company, but I know that they don't want to give Japan too much steel control over our companies, especially, you know, it's called United States Steel. Can you imagine that shit? They're gonna sell United States Steel to a Japanese steel company. I mean, come on. Like, do you guys know who founded US Steel? We'll do a bit of a trivia here. The old guys aren't allowed to answer, and don't go looking it up now. Don't go looking it up either. It's nuts for me to even say that. Let's see if there's any news with the deal. I'm not seeing any new articles yet. The U.S. Steel shareholders approved the sale. Are you an ageist? What? Old guys can't answer? No, because you guys know who it is already. You guys already know who did that, I'm sure. Well, you should. I would think you would. Who made U.S. Steel? An ageist. That's kind of funny. I think I am a bit of an ageist, Sean. Especially when I'm at the golf course and there's old, slow guys in front of me. I become the biggest ageist in the world. Our veteran charity got chosen as recipient for this year's donation at 5 charity golf events. Ah, that's why. I was kind of curious, Dan. I was like, what's happening? But Andrew Carnegie. I'm sure you guys know Andrew Carnegie with U.S. Steel. And then Carnegie sold out to Mr. J.P. Morgan. Mason never heard of him. Andrew Carnegie. Pretty big, influential businessman. Oh, Mason's kidding. I was like, Mason. Yup. The monopolist. Gray hairs unite. We know how to camp. Man, Tilray and the weed stocks just can't get going. QQQ's coming back towards the top of the range. Yeah, I guess range trading today is the way to go. On the indexes anyways. IWM's down quite a bit today. I know people were loving that one earlier in the week. People are very infatuated with IWM. I don't know. DIA is quite a bit better, in my opinion. Same thing with SPY. At least those are at new highs. But I know people have a weird love of bad companies. I don't know what it is. Freaking channel going on here. That's pretty good. I mean, this channel isn't perfect by any means, but I kind of like the upper end of it quite a bit. Or sorry, the lower end. Is it buy the QQM for the long term and trade the QQQ, Savage said? It might just be. I don't know. It depends on how everything becomes balanced, you know, Savage. You could make an argument that maybe QQQM I don't know. It's a good question, Savage. It's probably a better question for like Hunter. No fees on QQQM. Yeah, and that would be a good thing. I figured it was something like that. See, rather than doing that, I generally just... I make my own, like, QQQM. You know, I just... Like, my IRA is essentially my own version of QQQ. In a way. Actually, Savage, yeah, save it for then. It would probably be a really good question. And also, in your question, add in more too. Maybe also ask like different versions for the SPY, you know, or something. That would be a good way to go as well. Maybe even like oil, ETFs and stuff. Apple looks like it's having a heart attack on the chart, Dan said. Did it flatline? No. That'd be funny if it did this and then just like went. It's like it died. Sean said, I liked it when they printed out copies of stock certificates to dilute Vanderbilt shares. He found out because the ink was still wet on some he got. What? I didn't know they did that. It's been a little while. I'm going to have to look into that. Oh, yeah, Savage. You're right. You know, your questions are usually the best, man. They're like a book. That's really good. Some people might get lost in that, but I think it helps most people out there. Unite is ready for the Avgo split. 10-for-1 stock split. When was that happening? July 20th or something? July 15th. I was 5 days off. I was close. Sean said, yeah, it was the Wild West. Just said, F it. We'll printer press some certificates up. That's pretty wild, man. That you could do that. Like, that is pretty wild. I'm gonna have to revisit that part of that. Extremely interesting. You know, I still can't fathom, like, how it would be buying stocks back in the day. Like, back in, like, the, like, 1800s or something, right? Like, I don't get how they would even, like... This is wild. The New York Stock Exchange was established in 1792. 19 years after the first stock exchange in London. Wow. It's pretty wild when you think about it. I knew it was a long time, but I forgot it was the 1700s. What? It's weird to even think, like, how they would even keep track of the prices, you know? Oh, wow. It was the Erie Railway Company, Sean. Okay. Very interesting. CLSK book map for the SM bot play. Last one, I promise. Nah, you're all good, man. Throw them out there. CLSK, Clean Spark. Looks like 1890 and 19 are pretty big resistances coming up. $20 isn't bad either. Yeah, 20.00. 120,000 shares on the COB. Definitely not bad. Pretty good resistances there. You can see them pretty easily on the chart, which is cool. I see why 20 is now. Sean said Xander's putting on a show. You must mean the golf. I haven't even looked at it today. Wow, yeah, 3 under through 12. Not bad. Damn it, Bryson is +1 through 10. Damn you, Bryson. That's the one guy I want to win. I should have bet on him. Am I reading this right? Mark Messier is playing a golf? No. It just looked like the same name. It's M. Meissner. Interesting. Mark Messenger. Bro been missing his whole life. That poor guy. Check back in on the financials. BAC. 38.80 at 39. Starting to come up a little bit today. Not getting the big sell-off that we were looking for. Same thing with JP Morgan. Nothing too crazy yet. Too many bogeys. He has no composure. Another one and his club's gonna go in the water. What if he throws all those 3D printed irons in the water? That'd be funny. Alright guys, you know what we're gonna do here? We're gonna switch our background music up to the Buy in the Dip. This is a pretty funny song, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. If not, mute your screen for 2 minutes. Little Friday funny here.
Boy, Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh, man. Your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Buy in the dip. Buy in the dip. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Buy in the dip. Buy in the dip. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Buy in the dip. Buy in the dip. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Oh, my God. What's happening?
First of all this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short. You can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of a stock, crush these companies into the dirt, thousands of stocks into the dirt. Then when the individual makes money, everyone's entrepreneurs. I have a kid who bought a house, paid $50,000 and bought a house. After decades of the short, you have to accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buy in the dip, buy in the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy in the dip, buy in the dip.
It's pretty catchy
Push it, buy in the dip, buy in the dip.
for a song like this.
Push it, oh my God, what's happening? Here we go, come on, push it,
Man, the range is so good here.
Push it, find the dip. Here we go, come on. Push it, find the dip. Find the dip. Here we go, come on. Push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's a lot of power in organization online. 2 million people can get together in a subreddit. I think it's really funny that the GameStop stock is going up.
QQQ coming right down off towards the top of the range again.
People live in a Discord who are spamming rocket emojis, yelling, "Go to the moon."
Not bad, not bad. You know, we had to do something fun for Friday, right? Had to do something out there. Yelling, "Go to the moon." Yep. That lady at the end's like, all these guys in Discord spamming the rocket emojis. UVXY pushing HOD. Is it? While Spy is actually fairly okay? That's a little weird today, isn't it, Sean? It'll probably start coming down a little bit here. Spy's looking fairly green. Talk about buying the dip. It looks like people are doing that again today. QQQ's mid-range. CLPZ said, is GME live today? It's definitely live on the market. I don't know what you meant by that. But first, we must go through the earth, Black Sheep said. That's an interesting thought, Sheep. Oh, live event today? I don't think so. Is there like a shareholder meeting or something? I don't think there's anything. Let's see, it says June. Well, did they reschedule it for today or? Are they gonna reschedule it? So it crashed, but I don't know how much more it's gonna go. Or if it will be rescheduled here. So it was brought to order and immediately adjourned without any business being conducted. Ah, here we go. All right, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time on Monday is when it'll be coming back. Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't know when it was being rescheduled for, but looks like Monday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Savage said, from my daughter, who said, tip the DJ, Pop. Let's go, Savage. Appreciate you. That was awesome, man. Thank you so much. You're going off today, Savage. I love that. His daughter was dancing. Nice, guys. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Earlier, Marcus said they held hundreds of shares of KAVL for 6 months. Never even heard of this company. It finally paid off. Wow. Pay off it did. Look at that pop with earnings. Sheesh, what a crazy move. Yeah, I don't know anything about this stock, so do you think it'll continue to run? I mean, it definitely had a good pop. Judging by how this thing moves, it looks like it likes to pump and dump quite a bit, so if this is going to be the start of a good trend, you might want to hold for like another day or two, but if you see some red start to come in, I would look to exit if you see like a red daily candle or something. It's a wild stock. It's up, what, 291% today? Damn, Marcus, I can't believe you've held that long. Jeanette, see you later. Have a great weekend. Come back nice and rested for Monday. Let's go, Jeanette. Yeah, Mason tipped the DJ. That was good. Palantir making a move.
Let's get this fucking bread, boys.
Wow, it is. There we go. Coming back a little bit. Oh, nice. Savage has it out to 0-1 and 26 on the TNA debit spread. Wow. Oh, excuse me. No, I missed it again, man. I gotta rewind it now and hear it. Hang on. Is it like right here? I'm listening close.
Let's get this fucking bread, boys.
That was badass. I can't believe I missed that every time. I guess I was talking over it, but that's funny. That's awesome. Yeah, looking at 34 on TNA's support, but that's wild, Savage. Up 35%. Nice. Yeah, CN, that's awesome. Whoever made that song deserves a reward. All right, SM Bot, what do we got? What do we got today? Goog and Google coming in. Let's see. Yeah, actually, Goog and Google are looking pretty good here. I'll take that movement. Looking nice, looking nice. My Baba options are back, CLPZ said. Man. What do you mean when you say they're back, CLPZ? Baba's been pretty rough. Did you get puts or something, CLPZ, or? Dan said, gotta go. Have fun, crew. See you later, Dan. Have a nice rest of the day. Oh, the options chain got deleted. Took all my contracts away. Oh, I remember now, CLPZ. I remember that now. I was reading through that yesterday and I was like, what the hell? pretty awesome. It would help me with my ADHD when I do my stocked up homework. That's awesome. I'm glad it helps, Savage. Glad it helps. Give me 1 second. Gonna grab a quick drink, and I'll be right here. Don't worry. Give me a second. Netflix still just punching the ceiling. What's going on with that? Black Sheep said. It's trying to poke through. They're tired of their neighbors making too much damn noise up there. They're trying to be like, hey, stop it. But nonetheless, though, it's definitely on a nice, slow move higher today. You know, it hasn't been something where, like, you're not necessarily seeing, like, a huge breakout. When you look at it in, like, a longer term, I don't even want to say long term, like whenever you just extend it out like an hour or two, it looks a lot better. But yeah, pretty choppy on the way up, just stair stepping nice and slow. I wonder why Baba's stock isn't doing great. It has nothing but good news, it seems like. It also just added a good dividend pay. Yeah, nothing but good news, CLPZ, but you just got to remember that Baba, it's China, you know? Number one, do we trust all their data, right? Number two, maybe fears with the Taiwan stuff? I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe they're not liking news that, like, Trump, I don't know, maybe news with, like, with Trump winning the polls or something. I'm wondering if maybe that's coming into play with all the tariffs and stuff that they did on China and other things like that. I don't know. But I will say this. With stocks in general, whether it's China stocks or not, I mean, you can't expect too much, guys. Like, I know that there's been too many opportunities over the past year where too much has worked out, and I think that it's been getting people into kind of a weird mindset. But, like, Baba ran up 32% from the low. There's gonna be pullbacks. Now, would I expect a pullback like this? Maybe not this extensive. But is it overly surprising? No. Like, whenever you zoom out, I mean, just look at the chop that these stocks have. Like, it could very easily still be on an uptrend and just, you know, consolidate here around 70 or 75 bucks. And, you know, in a year, we'll probably be sitting here going, oh, shit, we should have bought Baba at 73. You know, I bet we'll be saying that in a few years' time. As long as you're picking good spots to buy shares for the long term, I think it's an okay stab. Options are good on Baba, but you just have to be good at timing it. You know, options are all about timing. That is, in my opinion, they are. because literally everything comes down to timing with options, you know? Timing mixed with volatility. I guess you could make an argument. Those two together. Netflix still is punched at the ceiling. Let's go back to Netflix. SM bot, let's bring it up. Someone's actually looking for a Tesla book map. Let me grab it real quick. That looks kind of bad. All right. Got it up there. 200 bucks is coming up on Tesla, which is pretty huge. I know today, though, it definitely went in the wrong direction for testing 200. That's for certain. Too bad, too, but the good news is it rejected right at resistance. There was no, like, fake out or anything, which is good. Hey, Demir made 60 bucks. Let's go. Nice, Demir. I'm guessing on the real account today, right? You feel happy? Nice. Very nice. I think there's possibility we see a retest next week, but we will see. I'm looking more for Tesla to go up more in the short term, too. Retest 200, if not even a little bit higher than 200, up into the trend line. I'm really looking for the trend line to test. I know that you guys have seen this trend line before if you've been on the channel at all, but there's like the mother of all trend lines right here. And I'm looking for a test somewhere around like 210 to 200 over the next couple to few months. I think we could get a nice test and another rejection back down towards 100. And that's what I'm looking for. Demir shorted SPY, got out in time. Nice. Glad to hear that. Because it did start coming back on you. I see why you say that now. I see why you said that.
The dark future which never came still exists for me. And it
Good job, though, Demir.
like the traces
You deserve a dub in the chats. Right? Let's go, guys. Give Demir a dub. Always good to end the week on a positive note. Hopefully the rest of the day goes well. SPY looks pretty good. It's actually trending up pretty well here. Apple's coming up off the lows. Let's go check Amazon and that. There's a lot of range trading today. Nvidia bouncing on a trend. That's funny. It's a pretty solid hit, actually. Some of the stuff I see in the Discord gets me cracking up. Heavy volume on QCOM, someone said. Let's see. Not on the SM bot, anyways. Looking at AbbVie calls on the bot. ABBV. Nothing crazy there. What about Dell? All caps. Oracle, Snow. Oracle, are we going to start coming into play more today? Nope, turning back over. It'd be kind of nice to see Oracle turn back around. I know the SM bots calling puts on it now, but you know, it had that great move with earnings. Watch it as it consolidates over the next couple days. It might be a good opportunity to maybe buy the dip. And you don't even have to necessarily like buy the dip and swing it. What you could do is you could even day trade the dip back up, so to say, or you could trade the swing back up. Like, for example, we're going to watch it over the next few days and watch it consolidate and be ready. And once we start to see it really catch that momentum back, hit it. You know, I think that'd be really smart to do with Oracle in the short term. You know, you can use 140 as resistance too. It's like near perfect right there at 140.
Instead, I got drunk. But the dark future, which never came, still exists for me. And it always will, like the traces of a dream.
I'm convinced large account CSP, small account day trade. Yes, sir, Savage. That's how I'd say. That's how I'd say to go. All day long. All day, Savage. It's pretty important. A lot of people really underestimate the power of long-term stuff. They really do. Like, let's just say that, like, you start out, like, let's say with 20 grand. And, like, let's just say that you're losing this year, right? Like, let's say that you're losing. Since the beginning of 24, you're losing this year. All right? If you just would have put 20 grand into the SPY, you'd be up 15%. So, I don't know what 15% is of 20K right off the top of my head, but let me do it. You would have made an extra 3 grand. Now, I know that doesn't seem that crazy, but I mean, for it just being super safe to make 15% like that is pretty damn good. Now, I know that this has been a great example of a year. You know, 2024 has been pretty good. So, you know, we're cherry picking one of the best moves in a while here, but still, that is, you know, it'd be a lot better than being down 5 grand or 10 grand or whatever if you're not trading correctly, you know? And that's just with SPY. Imagine you put it in like something else, like you bought the Apple dip or you magically got Nvidia or something. Obviously, you wouldn't put all 20 grand into Nvidia, but like, let's just say, you know, you made your own little bun, so to say, and you were trading it right. You could have done pretty well. It's not going to be 500%, but it's going to be pretty good. That consistency is something people really can't deal with. Because you will end up having those nice years where you see the nice runs and you'll see breakouts that go up. You know, some years the market might go up 80%. The next year it might drop 30, you know, but whenever you catch those big winners, it can be pretty significant on a long-term account. $3K is a down payment on a small house. Asset, Savage said. Yeah, that's a pretty small down payment, but I definitely feel you. You could probably get some type of loan to do that. Demir said Manny's back. What happened? Was Manny sleeping? I like that gif he put in there. Is hilarious. Demir's telling him that Element was saying it was going to be bearish. That's funny. Mason found an opening at a course. Let's go. Nice, Mason. Have some fun. Have fun. Have fun. Yeah, and there's even weirder loans unite, you know. Missouri has something called like the MHDC and a whole bunch of other shit. But, all right, guys, we're probably going to call the stream there. Appreciate everybody sticking around this morning. It's been a pretty fun one. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Mason, enjoy your golf. I'll have the U.S. Open on in the background, but that'll be about it for me. Have a great weekend, Unite. I'll be playing a really nice course with my dad tomorrow called Aberdeen. That'll be a fun course to play. Have a great one, guys. I'll see you in the Discord. Walk away green today. It's been pretty choppy. I'd say walk away green and just set some alerts. If you see a big breakout, maybe try to hit that. But other than that, I wouldn't go too crazy here. Have a great one, guys.